As you can tell by the drastic change of seasons, it's been a little while since we actually updated you. We have been waiting for some final paperwork to go through, which just takes a bit of time, enough time actually for it to go from summer to snow. So yeah, we've woken up to a covering of snow today, which is amazing for the UK and amazing for our first winter here with the school. It's pretty cold, but that's to be expected. Teak is in the bush meowing at how different this is from the Mexico heat. But yeah, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's probably the only time we'll have snow on our mantelpieces. Because if we still have snow on our mantelpieces next year, something's gone wrong. Don't know how that apple's hanging on. Hello and welcome back to our forgotten school. So there's two elephants in the room, just want to jump right into those. We had a baby. This is our son Cove.
So yeah, many of you would have noticed that it's been kind of a bit of a while between the first video that we shot and us coming back now. We're going to get on to explaining all of that later, but we kind of wanted to touch on a few other things before that. Mainly, we had a baby who was born back in December.
Just done the hour-long trip to the hospital to have our baby.
He's very happy, healthy, and he is now 9 weeks old.
Yeah.
And we're almost happy that the building's taken a little bit longer than we thought for this kind of paperwork, which we said we'd get on to explain, but it's been a really lovely kind of few months getting to know Cove and just, yeah.
Being in the newborn bubble.
Yeah, which has been really lovely. So we're kind of thankful for the fact that everything is taking a little bit longer at the moment. But
absolutely.
A load of people have also been asking about Teak, our cat. I'll go and get him, he's really close by.
I'll give a quick background for those that don't know Teak. When we were sailing in Mexico, we saw a little 4-week-old kitten be thrown over a fence and we just had to run in and grab him. So Teak actually sailed from Mexico to Canada with us and then flew to France and then back to the UK.
This is Teak.
He's gone from chief mouser on a boat to chief mouser at the school. The other elephant in the room is it's no longer winter, actually. It's spring now.
Yeah, obviously we moved here kind of back in September and yeah, we've just been kind of on hold since then and then the baby made us more on hold, but yeah, it's been a lovely wait so far.
Yeah, and we actually, as you saw from the clip before in the intro, we had some snow, quite a lot of snow actually, which is really fun.
Yeah, it was like the most snow they've had in the last 10 years in this area, and so people were actually skiing on the hills nearby to here, so
insane.
It was a lot of snow, so that was good fun, especially when he was born, because he was like
He
a
was
week,
like
a week or two
yeah.
when we had loads of snow here,
and we
and
took
that was
him out
quite
in the
fun.
snow.
The response on our last video was phenomenal and we can't be thankful enough to all you guys for subscribing, liking the video, commenting. It broke all of our records for our channel, for everything. We can't thank you guys enough for the overwhelming support and positivity. There were obviously a lot of concerned comments as well about the building and primarily how long it was going to take and how much it was going to cost, but we're in no massive rush at all.
Yeah.
We're going to take our time with this, and if it takes longer than we thought, that's fine. If it takes shorter than it takes, that's great as well. But yeah, we're confident that we can do this and can get this done. And
I think you summed it up. I think also when you're not in a massive rush, you can shop around a bit more for supplies. We can get to learn the skills we need to do, so we can do a bit more DIY. Obviously, it's listed, so that's within reason. But money aside, you know, if there are stalls in the project, then we will just earn more money and we will wait and we will then keep going. So like Zach said, in no massive rush, and we just want to see this building brought back to its former glory because, yeah, as many of you also said, you saw our vision, you saw how beautiful it was, and we just can't wait to get stuck in.
Yeah, we know it's going to take a long time, but we're happy about that.
Yeah.
So we're very
Bring it
happy to be
on.
stuck here.
He might be actually able to help by the time we finish.
Yeah. We also had a load of comments from old students as well, and stick around to the end of the video as well, because we've got something we want to ask all of those old students as well.
Yeah. There's obviously a load of daffodils out at the moment, but there's also, anyone know what this is? Wild garlic. And we've been making a lot of pesto pastas with this, and it is scattered all over the grounds. I mean, it's absolutely everywhere you can see. It's more garlic than grass, I think.
This is one of 2 reasons why we've been struggling to get started and get all the paperwork finished for this property. So this is actually a stream that runs the entire length through the property. It's all underground now, it's all piped through here. However, it goes down into a watercourse, which has got some protections for it and means that we're a little bit limited on something that's really important for this to basically get approved before we go ahead with the school. And this is where the stream enters the property.
Combined with this stream, that side of the property, this side of the property under me now is another reason why we've been delayed so long. So this is a borehole. For those that don't know, it's basically a deep well which provides fresh drinking water. And there's a pump room we'll show you in a sec, but that's how we're getting our fresh water to the property. Wonderful water, wonderful pressure. It's a really deep borehole, and actually was added because, shockingly, the houses up the road were without drinking water for many years, and this house didn't have mains to connect to because the mains was non-existent for a while. So the previous guy installed a borehole, and now the property's off a borehole. Let's go to the pump room to see where all the magic happens with the water.
This is one of few buildings on the property where the roof is actually intact, and this building is actually in pretty good nick, and there's very little that we're gonna probably do to this place for a while now. But this is our pump house. So this is where all the water for the property comes in, gets processed, and allows us to drink. This is where the magic happens. We've got some filters in here, with UV filters, salt bath. It's pretty much what allows us to live at the property. For other people who are wondering as well, we are living on site at the moment. We're obviously not living in the school for a while. Once the school's up and running and is livable, we will probably live in the school. But for now, we are living on site in a different accommodation. When they initially drilled the borehole way back when and capped it, they actually had quite an issue capping it because the pressure was so strong. At the moment, it's showing about 4 PSI, which is pretty strong. It's quite a lot of pressure of water, so yeah, no shortage here.
Everywhere we are, tikkas. Okay, I know what you're thinking. A stream, a borehole, both of those things are wonderful. So why on earth have they caused the delay? Good question. So recently, environmental rules regarding the discharge of property sewage have changed. This has meant that we cannot have a septic tank within 50 metres of a borehole and 50 metres of a stream. Now, if you draw big rings over both of those, which are different sides of the properties, you'll realise that there's actually no room for us to put a septic tank on this plot of land, which is obviously a huge issue.
They've put some new legislation through recently that you can't discharge nitrates into watercourses there, but we've got someone who's been advising our advisor on how's best to do this, and he said that he seems confident with it, but this new legislation's put all of these kind of things on hold at the moment in Wales, so no one really knows what's going on with it, so we're going to try it and give him a call now.
So I guess that's a little bit scary, but we'll just see what this guy says and
there's always a solution.
There is always a solution.
Well, what about main sewage?
Yes, so historically the school here, before it kind of fell into this state, had a sewage line that ran through here down into a private system below us into one of our neighbours. We are at the south side of the school at the moment, and this is where all of the sewage for the property actually goes to at the moment, or historically used to go to. We've done some tests here like a few months ago and ran water through here, and we know that somewhere along this section the pipe is collapsed. So when we do get to actually doing this, we've got to get an excavator down here, dig this up and relay this section of pipe as well. The pipe then runs all the way down through here, over there, and then to this sub bit here, which then flows downhill. So yeah, this is where the pipe's going to need to be relayed at some point. We've been in the process of trying to figure out how to connect to that, but for a number of reasons, we've been kind of stuck. Can't really chat about it too much at the moment because we're still working out the final details with it, but we are hoping that one of these options does work out, and we ultimately think that there's got to be a way to figure this out. So we're sticking with it and still trying to figure out exactly how we're gonna basically use the toilets in a building like this.
I suggested compost. Zach wasn't on board.
Yeah.
We will find a way, and we're just going to have to think really creatively over the next little while as to how we can install sewage. That's ultimately the main reason why it's taken so long for us to sign these papers.
But we've got a fantastic bunch of people working on this at the moment, and we're really hoping to have a big update this week about it and finally get it underway. Because once that's gone through, we can pretty much finish everything up, and then the hard graft can properly begin. We've been really wanting to get stuck into the building, start clearing it out, start organising some of the stuff that's left in there, pulling out the old woodwork, getting it out, drying it, preserving it as best we can, so we can re-splice windows, so we can save tiles, save capping, save anything that we can save with it. We've also got the planning stage coming up as well, and we'll talk about that in a later video because it's going to be a whole nother video really, because there's a lot to go over with that and talk about.
Yeah, and we're very aware that it's a listed building. We know there's going to be delays. We've been testing our patience for the last 6 months, and I know it's going to test us time and time again. It's just one of those things, and for us, we think it's worth it. So yeah, the delays are going to come, but we've just got to embrace them really.
Yeah, we know we can't change anything with the building, and we don't want to change anything. We want to do it as much justice as we can. We've obviously got to add some modern amenities in it. We want to ultimately, and have to because of planning sake as well, we have to keep the building looking how it is right now.
Well, so, hopefully not how it is
not how it is right now, but
hopefully we can add a roof to it.
How it was looking. Here's a photo of what it looked like back in the day. This is our favourite photo that's online at the moment of the school, and it's stunning.
Yeah, just touching on that actually. Next video, we're actually going to touch on the history of Barham School, and there is a rich history. We have been fascinated over the last few months researching and finding all the archives of the school and who used to own it and how it used to run. On that, if you actually used to go to the school, sorry about the baby. If you used to go to the school, please drop us an email at teulutribe@gmail.com. We would love to interview you, give you some coffee and cake here on the property, and yeah, share your story, because there's been a lot of people comment who have been to the school. Even our postman has been to the school, and we would love, love, love to share your stories about the school.
And on that as well, if anyone's got any photos of the inside of what it used to look like, we would love to see them. We've found so few photos of the building inside, so we'd love to see that if anyone's got any.
Yeah, just one more thing. Thank you for being here. Hit like if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new. You can hit that notification bell so you get notified when we post, because talking of posting, I don't think we're going to be posting every single week for the next little while, just because there obviously are some delays. The paperwork's still going through, and we're hoping to post bi-weekly until that goes through, and then we will be here every week on a Friday for you to watch our progress, and we cannot wait. We're over on Instagram and Facebook as well, so if you want little posts over there, head over there too.
Yeah, we might also even post more than once a week as well, but we'll kind of get onto that later on in the year, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, as always, thank you so much for being here and for your support, and we'll see you in next week's video.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.